What's up, everybody? Hello and welcome to another edition of Dirty Old Bastards Racing action on twitch.tv/elbowsuptv. We are live on the DOB YouTube and Facebook pages. Wednesday night, the final portion of the 2019 Dirty Old Bastards 4-Crown Nationals. Up first will be the Wicked Relief Gum with CBD World of Outlaws 410 Sprint Car Series. Winged 410s at the World Center of Dirt Racing. The house that Earl built and Stewart tore down. I'm just kidding. Rossburg, Ohio, in virtual form. The site here tonight where Kevin Click, Kendall Tucker, and Tyson Landis are the three fastest cars on track right now. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in hot laps here tonight. I do believe it will be a 30-lap feature here for the winged 410s, and then we will go to a 35-lap wingless 410 feature. Now, let's talk about this a little bit, because tonight is also round 3 of the non-wing championship, the USAC 410 championship on iRacing, the World Championships, with $10,000 up for grabs in the purse. So we will be missing some drivers here in this first race. There's 35 guys right there that are normally here in this lobby racing with us. We talk about it being pro level. Well, when pros are having a race, all of a sudden we lose 30 cars. So that's part of it. But, we race the best, and when the best got jobs to do, then they go and do their jobs. So what you're in for right now is 21 cars signed in, which means we should have a quicker evening here tonight, which could be dangerous, however, because if we have a fast 410 race with the wings, then all of a sudden when it comes time to go non-wing racing, maybe the pro race isn't over and we have to start without those pro guys. We're going to have to see, because always the second lobby starts after the first lobby. So we're going to see how that shakes out, really. But let's talk a little bit about the 410 series itself. The Wicked Relief Gum 410 Wing Sprint Cars, presented by Wicked Cushion Esports. It is Adam Elby, 14 points ahead of Alex Bergeron in the championship. Now, of course, this is a non-points race, but Elby and Bergeron are the two winners so far this season. Chris Roberts in third, Ernie Williams Jr. in fourth, and fifth place belongs to Jacob Fields. Elby and Bergeron are racing in the non-wing world championship race, going live on iRacing Live right now. So we will not see them, at least for the first portion of this event. And we are 3 seconds away from qualifying, getting ready to commence here. Ernie Williams Jr. has gotten signed in. We are looking at 22 cars is how we will start this event. And these guys will have 2 minutes to get out on track and put a qualifying lap down. Mark Broderick going to be the first guy to hit the track. Here comes Broderick for his first time lap. 1:3.5 3:40 is the time on the board, but it was invalidated. Did not count. Let's see what Broderick's got on lap 2. He hit the wall on lap 1. Second lap a little bit slower, 13.431. That's going to put him second. Oh, man, he had the pole. Pole lap right now, 13.341 for Kevin Click. Oh, Broderick's got to be sick. He had the pole and hit the fence. Ernie Williams Jr. right now crossing the line for lap number 2, which is quicker. Quick time, 13.337 for Ernie Williams Jr. He'll go to the top of the timesheets. We got some guys still out there turning some laps. Looks like Jeffrey Stewart has timed in 8th. Click down to 2nd. Braden Eiler is 3rd. Kendall Tucker out here doing some work. Let's see what he's got. Maybe we'll go on board. Kendall Tucker, P1, 13.299, his lap number 1 effort. And Kendall Tucker with quick time here tonight. Only 2 qualifiers left to try and get through. Looks like a couple of Tim Sims guys going to hop in as well. So it looks like we'll go up to 24 entries here tonight. But Connor Lane and Brian Knapp, the only 2 with a chance to left. Looks like Connor Lane goes P18 and Brian Knapp will not get a qualifying lap in. So we will go straight to our heat races where we will race for 10 laps. And the top 4 will advance to tonight's feature. Only 3 heat races here tonight. Waiting on Tim Sims 2 to get loaded in. Of course, Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulator is going to be at the actual 4 Crown Nationals this week. The Eldora Speedway, Friday and Saturday night. I'm hearing USAC's going to be in action at Gas City on Thursday as well. So, well, tomorrow. This week is going quick. But check out Tim Sims, who I believe is now behind the Turn 1 grandstands, if I'm not mistaken. They got him up there with the T-shirt trailers and stuff. You can get in their dirt track simulators and turn some laps, possibly even win some money. A lot of the iRacing pros will be hanging out up there with Tim Sims. Of course, Tim Sims Dirt Track Simulators, the series sponsor for the 360 Wing Series in DOB competition. Kendall Tucker and Braden Eiler will sit on the front row. Tucker, of course, Swindell Speed Lab driver. Quick time here tonight. Braden Eiler, member of the Kinzer Sim team. Team SETI's Tyson Landis has elbows up Sim Sports Jeffrey Stewart to his outside in row number 2. Brad Ferrier and Chris Roberts make up row number 3. Trey Osborne and Robert Moore row 4. And Tim Sims 2 will round out our field. No qualifying lap on that Tim Sims car, so we'll see what he's got here. This track is very wet. Not a whole lot of slickness to it. So it will be fast and furious for 10 laps here. Kendall Tucker going to give him green, and he goes early. Does not give Eiler a chance to get his wheels ready. And it costs Braden there for a minute. You see him under the 31 of Landis here going into turn 3. We'll see if Landis can pull that momentum down the front stretch, and he does. Jeffrey Stewart currently sitting in 4th right now. Going to challenge Braden Eiler for 3rd. Oh, Tucker's in the fence. Kendall Tucker, quick time and race leader, hit the fence down the backstretch. Not sure how much damage that car has. But all of a sudden, Kendall Tucker's got a lot of work to do if he wants to get that automatic berth into tonight's feature. Tyson Landis has inherited the race lead. Braden Eiler 2nd. Looks like Trey Osborne was able to hop ahead of Jeffrey Stewart there in the melee. And now Stewart has to mount a comeback, and it looks like Kendall Tucker is broke. Something happened again to that the double zero car of Kendall Tucker. You saw him crossed up in turn number 2. A caution flag will wave now. Looks like Tim Sims 2 ran into some problems. Let's back this up and see what happened here. Actually, he's had some problems before then. So we'll get a look at what happened to Kendall Tucker here. His car brakes on the backstretch. Everybody scrambles. You saw Chris Roberts there get into it a little bit. Finally, the caution flag will wave as Tucker tried to drive off and could not. So really, really tough break for the man who set quick time here tonight, was leading the heat race and somehow got into the backstretch fence, which broke the car and caused problems for Chris Roberts and Robert Moore. Let's take a look at our top 10. Second place is Braden Eiler. Not sure why he's not showing up on our little graphic there, but it is Braden Eiler in second. Trey Osborne in third, who had a really good run last night in the Silver Crown race. Jeffrey Stewart right now in the fourth and final transfer position. And we do want to say, I think we've only got 24 cars, so it is possible that we won't have a B main, but I'm definitely going to call these races like we will, because I'm showing only 4 transfer up there. So Tyson Landis going to give us green, working lap 9. Green, white, checkered, coming at you. Boy, Eiler had another rough start. Trey Osborne went to the inside, and there's problems behind the field. Caution flag will wave. Brad Feria is the man who had issues here. Look, he's going to get crossed up in front of Roberts. And gets hit by every single car on the way through. What in the world happened to that thing? It looked like something broke on it. All of a sudden, it just went straight to the wall. Very strange, very strange. So Brad Feria paying the price there for whatever happened to that car. Second caution here in heat race number 1 will slow us down. And we will have another green, white, checkered finish. This one not natural, however. The last one was natural. I do believe we're only set up for one unnatural green, white, checkered finish, which is what we will have coming up right here. So once more, we will go green. Now the man on the outside looking in is Robert Moore. He's got to get around the 72 of Jeffrey Stewart, who is looking to keep his spot in tonight's A main. Boy, maybe it's just Landis getting great starts, because Trey Osborne had a real tough time keeping up with him there. Braden Eiler looking to the inside. White flag is out. Even if the caution flag comes out, we will finish this race now. Stewart has no real danger behind him. Tyson Landis going to come off of turn number 4. He's going to take victory in heat race number 1. Osborne, Eiler, and Stewart, your top 4, and the men who will transfer on out of this heat race. Tyson Landis will start on pole for tonight's feature with that heat race victory. Got a little bit of a gift there, as Tucker had his issues, but Landis did everything that he needed to do to make sure he was the man there to capitalize. Heat race 2 of 3 about to fire off here. On the front row in the Ultimate Dirt TV, number 91, Black Diamond Machine. It is Ernie Williams Jr. And to his outside in the 110, it's Kevin Hanley. Cameron Merriman in the 346 inside row number 2 with Tyler Henselman to his outside. Team SETI's Mason Hannigan inside row number 3 with Todd LeBoux. And rounding out your field in the 19, it is Tim Berner and Brian Knapp. Once again, 10 laps of distance, top 4 will advance. We'll see if we can get a little cleaner heat race this time. Ernie Williams going to give him green off of turn 4. Hanley got a much better start than what we saw from the second place cars in heat race number 1. He's going to hold on to that P2 position. Mason Hannigan right now sitting in P4 has Tyler Henselman on the cushion trying to charge him down. About a 3-car length advantage. Has him a little bit of breathing room. Slider line being employed by Merriman and Hannigan. Now Hannigan looks to make a move on, problems for the race leader. Ernie Williams Jr. hopped the cushion there, looked to blink out. Maybe he blinked and that's what caused his issue. But it also slowed up Kevin Hanley, who had to think twice about what he was going to do there. Wasn't sure if Williams was going to come back into real life, and all of a sudden he would find himself inside that 91 machine. Cameron Merriman was trying to make a move around those 2 cars, but left the outside open for Mason Hannigan to power around and take that 3rd spot. Tim Berner now has gotten around Tyler Henselman. Those 2 cars nearly came together there off of turn 4, but Berner has the 5th place spot and is waiting on one of these guys to make a mistake. Here comes Hannigan trying to put the slide job on Hanley. Not going to work out. Will that give a look to Cameron Merriman? Merriman's going to try the outside and dive to the inside. He's going to put the slider in. Hannigan going to try the over-under here coming off of turn 2. Side by side down into turn 3 as Kevin Hanley drives right ahead of those boys. Looks like Williams has recovered from his issues. Fastest car on the track right now, Hannigan. Another slide job in, Merriman. These boys trading it back and forth as the white flag will wave off of turn number 4 for Ernie Williams Jr. These guys got to be smart. They both have transfers right now. Hannigan kind of used up Merriman's space. He was able to hold on to it, and these guys will finish. Williams, Hanley, Hannigan, and Merriman, your top 4. Ernie Williams Jr. earning the outside front row starting position in tonight's feature. Our 3rd and final heat race getting ready come out onto the track. On the pole in the Wicked Relief Gum with CBD number 25, Team SETI's Kevin Click. And to his outside in the 87, it is Mark Broderick. Chance Sikowski inside row number 2 with Curtis Merriman and Michael Klinkelfuss. And Connor Lane make up row number 3. Rounding out your field, it is Anthony Marvulio in the 238 and Tim Sims 3 on the outside. As we said, final heat race, 10 laps. Ready to rock here to find out who the transfers will be. Kevin Click gives them green. Broderick had a rough one. Sikowski going to try to put the slider in, but that outside lane too strong, and Connor Lane coming behind him, powering into 4th, trying to find a lane around Sikowski. If you notice, there was no invert in any of these heat races, so the fastest guys start out front. So anybody making a lot of passes either messed up in qualifying or they're making adjustments. Or maybe their car just gets better as the track slicks off. Either way, very, very tough to do when you got the level of competition that races with the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. We're watching that battle for 3rd right now. Sikowski's going to try to make a move on Broderick here. Broderick back to the inside, but Sikowski's got a good run. Slide job initiated. Sikowski, the over-under. Can he clear him? He will do so. Broderick going to not give up. But that's going to be a really close slide job as Sikowski gets around. Should clear Broderick now and take control of that 2nd spot. Sikowski went to protect there in turn 3, but Broderick went the long way around. Will that give him the momentum to put a job on in turn 1? It does. Now Sikowski has to battle back. It was a mind game there. Sikowski thought he was going to need to protect against Broderick, but Broderick was thinking a corner ahead. This time Broderick tries the low line. That does not work out for him, so Sikowski can take a breath there for just a moment. See Broderick trying to get a feel for what he can do here, but now he's got Curtis Merriman coming up on his rear. Kevin Click looked at the white flag this last time, and now he's looking at the checkered flag off of turn 4. He will win heat race number 3. Chance Sikowski in 2nd, Mark Broderick 3rd, and Curtis Merriman comes home with the 4th and final transfer. So it is now time for our B main. 12 cars will transfer through the B main, and 13 are signed in to race. We talk about this all the time. You have an excellent chance to transfer through to the A main right here. The first guy that gets into a crash is the guy that's causing himself problems. He's going to take himself out of that race. So you got to drive smart. And actually, I would not recommend driving aggressively at all. I don't even care if you're 13th and you can put a slide job on the guy who's in 12th. Be careful. because these guys are going to make mistakes, and you don't want to find yourself caught up in their mistakes. That will be the difference between who will transfer and who will not. Last night at the midget race, we knew that 4 cars would not transfer. We said before the race that the first 4 cars to crash would be out. And they went into turn 1 on lap 1, crashed 4 cars, and it was it. 1 corner. This is why we talk about this. Robert Moore, Tim Burner, row number 1. Michael Klinkelfuss, Chris Roberts, row 2. Tyler Henselman, Anthony Marvulio, row 3. Tim Sims, 2. And Todd LeBeau, row 4. Connor Lane, Brad Ferrier, row 5. Brian Knapp, Tim Sims, 3. And Kendall Tucker, the man who is on the outside looking in. He set quick time here at the virtual Eldora Speedway, but Kendall Tucker has all the cards and all the tricks. He will be moving through this field like a hot knife through butter, I guarantee it. Robert Moore. You know what? Let's do something crazy. Let's watch it from Kendall Tucker's point of view as we go green for the B main. This is a 10-lap race, not 14 like it says. It lies to us every time. Somebody's in the fence already to the outside. Kendall Tucker's on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's already up to 8th, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching a master at work. Make that 5th. Top 5 after 1 lap, Kendall Tucker. That's why we're watching him do work, and the caution flag will wave. All right. Let's back this up. Chris Roberts and Robert Moore in the pits right now. I want to go back all the way to the lap 1 problems. You see, Moore was in the fence, and then Henselman hits his teammate Roberts, and that was it. Robert Moore was trying to get that car off the track. Looks like he was unsuccessful, and that is when the caution hit. Now, we were on board with Kendall Tucker. Let's watch how he actually made those positions. There's 2 cars right there. He already had 1. Gonna power up the inside of a handful more. You see Marvulio and the 26, one of the Tim Sims machine, getting together. And Kendall Tucker. And you know, the man was passing cars, but he was using the safest line on the racetrack, the inside lane. You win these races using your head more than you win with your foot. I guarantee it. So we're going green this next time by. Connor Lane is the man out front. Kendall Tucker up 8 spots to 5th. Chris Roberts will not qualify for tonight's feature. Robert Moore, who is off the track, will gain a berth into the A main, so hopefully he hangs around. Anthony Marvulio going to park it. He's got a little bit of damage on that car and knows that he's got an automatic berth, so he might as well go ahead, go to the pits, and try to make some adjustments. Kendall Tucker has that thing hooked up, and he's running 2nd, ladies and gentlemen. From last to 2nd, Kendall Tucker putting the move on Todd LeBeau. He's trying to run down Connor Lane, probably head to the top side of the track now to make some moves. Michael Klinkelfuss behind him trying to put a run together on Todd LeBeau. Tim Burner. And let's give a shout out here. Tim Sims 3. Not sure who's behind the wheel of that thing, but he started 12th, currently running 6th, and putting some heat on Tim Burner as well. White flag should be out. Connor Lane into turn 3. Going to be looking at the checkered off of turn 4. Connor Lane will win the B main. Kendall Tucker 2nd. Michael Klinkelfuss will come home in 3rd. Time for our 2-minute warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Relief Gum is your daily dose of CBD in the form of a chew. Each piece is 10 milligrams of CBD and absorbs 5 times faster than other products. Whether it's pain, inflammation, anxiety, or insomnia, Wicked Relief Gum offers quick and easy relief. Just go to wickedgumcbd.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. The DOBRL code also works on wickedenergygum.com for a boost of energy and focus as well. Hemp-derived product, no THC, you will not fail a drug test, and it will help with pain, anxiety, and everything. Definitely a product I recommend. Looking here, Ernie Williams Jr. is the man with the fastest lap in this warm-up session. Second place did belong to Trey Osborne, but he was passed up by Braden Eiler. So Osborne to third. Fourth place, Kevin Click, and fifth place, Mason Hannigan. That's your top 5. As we get ready to progress here into tonight's AMA. Getting ready to roll here with tonight's 30-lap feature. The DOB Woo Wicked Relief Gum 410 Wing Sprint Cars taking to the track for their portion of the 2019 Dirty Old Bastards 4 Crown Nationals. Starting lineup, Tyson Landis, Ernie Williams Jr., Kevin Click, Trey Osborne, Kevin Hanley, Chance Sikowski, Braden Eiler, Mason Hannigan, Mark Broderick, Jeffrey Stewart, Cameron Merriman, Curtis Merriman, Lane, Tucker, Klinkelfish, LeBou, Tim Sims 3, Tim Berner, Tim Sims 2, Brad Feria, Henselman, Marvulio, Knapp, and more. Your starting lineup. Going green for 30 laps. Here we go. Williams didn't have a great start, but he was able to protect it, getting to the top there. Track starting to wear out. You can see Braden Eiler on the bottom side. Whoa, somebody got crossed up down the front stretch. It was Williams. Wow, not sure what happened there, but Ernie Williams went dead sideways, and now he is relegated to the 12th position. Amazing feat of driving to keep that thing going on the track without absolutely murdering a handful of cars. Ooh, problems for Kevin Hanley. He's sideways. Braden Eiler. Kendall Tucker got some of that as well. Eiler missing his engine cowling and front wing. Let's see what happens here. Eiler is at the bottom of the track. Wow, problems with Hannigan and Connor Lane. Eiler and Hanley. Innocent bystanders there. Let's see if I can find Hannigan. We'll get a better look at this. Hannigan throwing the slide job there on Connor Lane. That was a late one. I don't think Lane really knew he was there. Didn't hurt Hannigan, but definitely hurt Lane. But he did get that thing back going. See what kind of damage that thing has. Nerf bar's a little bent up. Looks like Mason Hannigan is taking ownership of that caution. Not sure if he has owned up to it or is being forced to go to the rear of the field. He is serving an end-of-line penalty. So Mason Hannigan will drop to the rear of the field. Lap 33 becomes our white flag lap. Merriman, Klinkelfuss, and Tim Sims 3. Your big movers. Kendall Tucker up 7 spots as well, but remember, Tucker had some contact there. Try to get a look at his car. No front wing on Kendall Tucker. That's going to have a severe impact on his chances, but we've seen guys do that at Eldora before and be able to compete. Trey Osborne tried to take a look up the inside there of Tyson Landis. It didn't work out for him. Kevin Click trying to make a move on Osborne. He's got Chance Sikowski behind him. Curtis Merriman coming as well. That's your top 5 right now. Check in with Kendall Tucker, who is without his front wing. You see him on the outside of the racetrack trying to get around Mark Broderick at the moment. So to 6th goes Kendall Tucker without his front ring. And he is knocking on the door of the top 5. See Chance Sikowski in that screen as well. Trying to do something with Kevin Click. There, Merriman has trouble off of turn 2. Tucker ducks to the inside. Going to put the slide job in. Kendall Tucker made his way into the top 5. Right now, Kevin Click in 3rd behind Trey Osborne, who is at least keeping pace with Tyson Landis and possibly reeling him in. One car to the inside of the track there, not sure who that was. Eiler is off the track. Marvulio is off the track. I think that was maybe Brian Knapp. We're not sure if Osborne just got crossed up there off of 2, but he lost a lot of time to Landis right there. He was able to recover. Let's ride along with Osborne as he chases the race leader. See him coming up on lap traffic. Look at all those cars. Caution waves. Saw it happen in that in-car view. It was one of the Tim Sims machines. I think that was Tim Sims 2. Let's see what happens here. See the 26 car putting a slide job in. Just did not give Jeffrey Stewart enough room, who was on the outside there. You can see that rear end is broken on the 26. Luckily, the leaders didn't have an issue. And we're able to get by cleanly. The only guy not showing up on our graphic is Connor Lane, who is running in 6th or 7th right now, up 6 spots from where he started. Ernie Williams Jr. trying to battle back. He's back to 8th, dropped back to 12th after an issue in the early laps. We'll go back to green this time by Tyson Landis. Going to try to get another good restart. Osborne's going to try something different here because what happened last time did not work out for him. A little better, but Landis still getting a good jump. Kevin Click looking to make a move here on Trey Osborne. Landis over the cushion, able to recover. This track's starting to get more complicated for these drivers. Let's look a little farther back. Here's Kendall Trucker working on Chance Sikowski, trying to take 4th place away from him. Behind him, Ernie Williams Jr. breaking into the top 6. He's got Cameron Merriman down to 7th right there. Connor Lane in there as well. Williams now with a slide job on Tucker. Tucker going to try to fight back, but Williams protects. Ernie working that middle groove. Right now, it's working pretty good for him, but a caution flag will wave and freeze the field. Problems for Robert Moore here. You see Tim Burner very slow into 1 and 2. Find out why he was so slow, which caught Robert Moore unaware. He got crossed up in the slick there as he was recovering. He did not expect Robert Moore to close that gap so quickly. But close it he did. And that brought out our 3rd caution of this event. That moves our white flag lap to lap 39. Tim Sims 3. He's the big mover in the B main. He's a big mover here as well. Up 8 spots to 9th. There he is. Just ahead of Mason Hannigan there. Gonna go back to green this time by. Starting to get to the end here. We are past halfway. Tyson Landis back on the go pedal. So Merriman on the bottom side of the racetrack. Ernie Williams putting the slide job in on Sikowski, who was all crossed up. Let me tell you something. Ernie Williams Jr. is one of the best drivers on iRacing when it comes to a rough cushion on a slick racetrack. You see him get a little crossed up there as soon as I start talking good about him. But there's no doubt about it. Williams is one of the best there is when the track gets really complicated up high. He's going to try to regain that composure there, get back to the top side of the track. Kendall Tucker was able to squeeze around him there momentarily. Connor Lane got into the fence down the front stretch there just for a moment. Let's go back here a little bit where Mason Hannigan is under fire from Tim Sims 3. A little bit of contact between those guys down the back stretch. 10 to go. Oh, problems for Kendall Tucker. He got his car straightened out. Let's back this up and see what happens. Tucker was putting the slide job on Kevin Click. Click got the worst of it, as you can see there. Also caught Merriman. Tim Sims 3 got a piece of that. Kevin Click, his night is over. James Tiernan, who is currently competing in the iRacing non-wing 410 championship. He's watching on YouTube. Says, whatever you do, AJ, next race, please throw insults at me and do not talk me up. Does not want to fall victim to the announcing curse. Connor Lane up to 4th. Has picked up 9 spots in this race. Looks like Tiernan finished 11th in the Pro League here tonight. Jackson, future champ, thank you for the follow. Landis going to give him green. Lap 42 is the white flag lap. We're working lap 35 this time by. Ernie Williams putting the slide job in on Osborne, but he was able to hold him off. That was Osborne's best restart so far. You can see how those cars are even stepping out on these guys down the front straightaway. Caution flag will wave once more. Maybe an issue here for Michael Klinkelfuss, who's going to get slid by Tim Sims 3, make contact with Jeffrey Stewart, and find his way into the outside retaining wall. So unfortunate there for Mr. Klinkelfuss. White flag lap moves to lap 45. It's been a wild one here. We've had a run of them recently. Last night's midget race was over double its original scheduled distance. Not going to see that here tonight, but for the first time last night, we ran Silver Crown dirt cars here in the Dirty Old Bastards Racing League. Special weight bonus to the 360 non-wing sprints gave them the feel of Silver Crown cars, and it was loved by all that participated. Everybody was raving about that. Might see more of that in the future here with this league. Tyson Landis going to try to get a better start than he got last time. He didn't really. Osborne right there with him. Connor Lane putting the slide job on Williams instead of Williams trying Osborne this time, and the caution flag waves once more. Issues for Mark Broderick, I do believe. Let's watch this. This is the replay here. I don't know what happened. It looked like he lost drive midway down the straightaway, and Kevin Hanley ran right over top of him. Let's ride along and listen. absolutely no idea what happened there. It sounded like he just lifted off the gas. Hell, maybe he ran out of fuel. I don't know. That makes no sense. But Kevin Hanley, of course, got the worst of it. Because he did not expect to see a car basically parked in the middle of the front straightaway. Especially not Mark Broderick. Alright, let me reset here. That means our white flag lap moves to lap 48. We will be working lap 44 when we go back to green. Man, Landis has got to be sick right now. He's been defending on these restarts. The last two, Osborne has been able to stay close. Let's see what happens this time. This could be the last one. Tyson Landis in the team SETI. Number 31 gives him green once more. This one was much better. Landis with a good start. Gets to the cushion. You can see behind them everybody trying to stay in line until Merriman, who has elected to hit the bottom side of the racetrack. Caution will wave. I think Brad Faria had some issues here. Well, yep, he did. Tim Sims 3 got into some kind of problem off of turn 2. And Faria didn't have much of a chance. Just into the outside wall, crossed up, down the track, into Faria. Oh, goodness gracious. So glad these aren't real crashes. I'm an old man. I'd be down for a week. Okay. So we are going green next time by. That'll be lap 48. Lap 51 is our white flag lap. Landis got to be cussing. He had an excellent start that last time. Going green here. Landis got a great start. So did Merriman as well. Osborne all crossed up. He's dropped back to fourth, and now Lane and Williams coming together. Somehow those cars keep it straight. Williams has gotten back to third here. Osborne trying to take that spot back. Cannot get around the 91. Right now, Merriman is the only man with a shot at Tyson Landis. But he needs Landis to make a mistake. White flag going to wave here coming out of turn 4. Tyson Landis. 4 corners left to take victory. Been a while since we've seen Tyson Landis in victory lane, but he's going to do it this time. Team SETI's Tyson Landis wins the 410 portion of the 2019 DOB 4 Crown Nationals. Cameron Merriman will finish second, and Ernie Williams Jr. in third. Landis getting a little bit of celebration in. Don't go anywhere. We're going to get these guys in the Discord here in mere moments. Landis going to cross the scales just to make sure. Is he going to Scott Bloomquist this thing? Nope, that thing was green. Guaranteed. Tyson Landis heading to victory lane here at Eldora. As we said, don't go anywhere. We've got an entire second feature coming your way with the Wingless 410s. And we're going to get these guys into Discord and talk to them. We've got the race winner in the broadcast booth with us. Driver of the Wicked Relief Gum with CBD number 31, Tyson Landis. Tyson, it's been a while since we've gotten to talk to you, man. How does it feel to take victory here in this Four Crown Nationals event?
Oh, it's awesome, man. It's been I haven't won for a while, and this is awesome. It was a tough race, starting on the pole, and all those restarts kept having to change up every time how I did it and everything. But yeah, awesome. Pumped.
Talk about that track, because we didn't have a whole lot of cars, so it wasn't getting pounded as much, but clearly that thing changed a lot in the feature.
Yeah, I would say the last half of the race, it started getting really slick. You had to be really careful of, how you did your line and how you hit the top.
And see, we saw plenty of guys running into problems there, had a handful of yellows, and I'm sure you were biting your fingernails there because you were out front having to defend those restarts lap after lap after lap.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely wanted to see it go green there for a few times. Then I seen Ernie and my relative, and that really started to make me get up on my game because, he's.
Well, there you have it. Your race winner, Tyson Landis, taking victory here tonight in the Wicked Relief Gum with CBD Woo 410 Sprint Cars. Four Crown Nationals victory. Congratulations, my friend. Good luck going forward.
Thanks, AJ. I just want to thank my team, Team SETI, all my teammates, JZ iRacing Photography, 19 Designs for doing this hot rod up. It looks awesome. Wicked Cushion Esports for putting all this on. Wicked Relief Gum with CBD is my main sponsor, and man, I'm just pumped.
There you have it, your race winner. Let's go to second place, Mr. Cameron Merriman, who came from quite a ways back. What was that, 11th starting place there, Cameron? You really charged through that field there and were able to work some lines that not a lot of drivers were able to do.
I think I had to do it twice. I took the low line early, and people were kind of dive bombing off the cushion on the exit of 2, where they dance from the top and straight to the bottom. So I got tagged up early, lost a few, and then there was some shenanigans on the front stretch that I got tagged up in too. My steering got pulled out of whack. I was curious if I was going to even be able to finish the race. But yeah, it was you and I, Anthony, we were in an official race just the other night, and Bergeron was killing it on the bottom. So I said, you know what, tonight I'll give it the old college try. I'll throw it down the bottom and see what happens. And turned out to be remarkably quick. It wasn't good enough to get caught up to or past Tyson, but still good nevertheless.
This game seems to be going in that direction. All of a sudden, it really likes to allow you to run the bottom in a more natural way, and all of a sudden getting off the throttle is a good thing rather than a bad thing. Talk about the state of the game itself and how it's changed.
I think that the reemergence of the bottom being predominantly strong late in the race has less to do with direct changes that they've made to either traction or how the bottom works. It has entirely everything to do with their constant, beating up the cushion, basically removing the cushion's aspect of the game. I think they've done it twice, maybe 3 times now, where they've removed the effect of the cushion, which I will admit that it has served to be a detriment for the quality of racing in the sim, right? When you can just throw it in at the top, no matter how burnt the track is, and feel safe that you're going to catch the cushion. If you'll recall the Kings Royal event that we did here in the 410s a few months ago, me and Braden Eiler were running the top, glued to the wall that entire 40-lap race. And if I try to do that same thing tonight with the same setup, it just doesn't work because the cushion basically evaporates, and you either have to sacrifice a lot of time to run up top and be at the risk of just tearing your stuff up if you tag the wall improperly because the cushion's not providing you the safety, or you take the safer route and sometimes the faster route and you just move to the bottom. So I think it's their constant changes to the cushion that have incentivized drivers to migrate to the bottom as the track burns up. And I haven't done that much in the sim, so I'm kind of out of my element with it. But it's interesting. I think as maybe a period or an underscore to this entire conversation, it has certainly improved the quality of racing that we have in the sim, but maybe at the detriment of realism. Because if you go watch like the King's Royal from this year in the actual 410s in the World of Outlaws, turns 1 and 2 maintains like a 2 or 3 foot wide cushion the entire race and the entire night. So they definitely have a cushion in real life, but when you put it into the sim, it just doesn't translate to great racing because you can just glue the car up. So obviously the iRacing staff have had to balance how they weigh, drivability and raceability and the quality of racing and then the realism aspect. And I think that they've chosen to go in the direction of better racing, and I laud them for it, but I don't know that I'm happy with it in the long term.
Well, there you have it, the state of the game from Cameron Merriman, who's been here since the start, so the man knows. And we were glad to see you utilize that bottom to bring it to the front here tonight. Congratulations on a hard-fought second-place finish, and good luck going forward, my friend.
Thank you very much for commentating, Anthony, and great thanks to Chris Roberts for putting on the event. And I'll talk to you soon.
There you have it, second place, Cameron Merriman. It was Ernie Williams Jr. who come home in third, but I do not see Mr. Williams in our Discord right now, so it looks like we will continue on and get ready to head into our next event here tonight, which is coming up in mere moments. It will be the Wingless 410 Sprints, kicking off here in just a few moments. If you are watching on Twitch or on YouTube, you don't have to go anywhere. Nothing is going to change for you. We're going to go right into the next race. If you're watching on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page, we will be stopping the stream and we will pick it back up here in a moment, just so there is a new video that goes live. And looks like the lobby is already up and people are filing in, so we will be ready here in mere moments. So if you are watching on Facebook, please come back here in just a moment. There will be a brand new video for you coming your way. We are back live on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page, getting ready for the 410 non-wing portion of the 2019 Dirty Old Bastards 4 Crown Nationals. This is actually a series that the Dirty Old Bastards does not run. We do not run 410 non-wing sprint cars. We do compete with the Wicked Energy Gum Wingless 360 sprint cars, where Chance Sikowski currently leads the point standings by 2 over Mike Keegan. James Tiernan is 8 points back, 35 points back to Kendall Tucker, and Chris Roberts is 51 points back in 5th. But these are a different animal, not to mention the Pro League race from earlier tonight has completed. So a lot of the guys that were over there running that pro race will now be heading over here to race with us, and they are definitely warmed up and ready to go. Currently watching Mr. Brad Faria, who sits in 4th in hot laps right now. James Tiernan is the man with the fastest lap at the moment. Got 3 minutes. 3 minutes left before we move in to our qualifying session. A bit of a ride there for Billy Rowley. Kendall Tucker has gone to P1. Jeffrey Stewart sitting 10th in the current standings. Stewart caught points leader Sikowski. Tiernan back to P1 in hot laps here. Looking like we've got just shy of 25 entries. Yeah, looks like 24 cars right now. See, David Heileman has signed in. Adam Elby is here. Kendall Tucker. Tyson Land is currently sitting 7th quick in hot laps, with the only man with the chance to sweep the evening. Six seconds and we will go on to what should be qualifications. You know, the DOB's been throwing us curveballs, but I do believe we'll be qualifying here tonight. We'll follow James Tiernan, who was fastest in hot laps, as he gets ready to click off his qualification lap. Yeah, Al, we are currently covering these broadcasts as we look for a new broadcast team. We're in talks with a couple of broadcast teams right now. James Tiernan has gone to P1 with a 1.5.068. Now, Justin Thomas takes over the P1 spot. David Heileman goes P2 and then hits the wall on lap number 2. So it looks like that is it for Mr. Heileman. Let's see Adam Elby and Kendall Tucker out there. Looks like Adam Elby's having a wild run there. Not sure if that was lap 1 or lap 2. But yes, we will be handing off the broadcast to another team because there's just no way to get rid of these problems that we've been having. So in the meantime, we are covering the races. We realize there are issues. Those issues normally clear up by the end of heat race number 1 or the middle of heat race number 2. So we should be able to get that rolling pretty good here momentarily. But yeah, it will have some issues here in the early going. Looks like 24 cars signed in. Adam Elby did not get a lap in after that incident that we saw. And we will move on into heat race number 1, which will be the first of 3 heat races here tonight. Waiting on Tyson Landis to load in. Looks like he has shown up now. Mark Broderick, the man who will start P1 here. Let's take a look. Looks like we are taking 4 to the feature. There are only 24 entries. I do believe we will start 24 cars, but I'm sure that we will have heat races and B mains B main to set the lineup. Mark Broderick in the 808 inside row number 1 with Tyson Landis, who just won the winged 410 portion of the Four Crown Nationals. Connor Lane and Chance Sikowski, row number 2. Chris Roberts, Todd LeBoux, row 3. Kevin Hanley and Brad Feria will round out your field here. 10 laps the distance. Top 4 will advance to tonight's A main feature. Broderick going to give him green. Watching Chance Sikowski try to go to the bottom here to the inside of Connor Lane. Lane holding on to what seems to be the preferred line at the moment. Mark Broderick now under fire from Tyson Landis. Ooh, Broderick into the fence. Can he keep that thing collected? Not before he's passed by every car on track. So the fastest car now relegated to the rear. Tyson Landis, just like in the winged 410s, inheriting P1, the caution flag waves. Problems for Todd LeBoux on the backstretch. You see him racing for that 4th and final transfer spot with Chris Roberts. I'm not sure if they made contact or what. Let's back this up. Get a different camera angle. Yeah, there was contact there. Probably more net code than anything. But Chris Roberts laying the rubber to the left front of Todd LeBoux, and he got the worst of it. He will be the first driver off the track here. Looks like Mark Broderick will join him Unfortunate for Broderick, who was the fastest qualifier in this. I don't think we had an invert of 4, did we? We were doing a lot of talking during qualifying, so I missed that. Lane, Landis, Sikowski, and Roberts. Those are the 4 men in transfer spots right now. Faria and Hanley, odd men out right now. And we'll be looking to get a good restart here to find their way into tonight's A main. Lane got a great start. A couple of car links on Landis, who's trying to battle back here. Sikowski in 3rd. As another caution waves. Maybe it didn't wave. Looks like we had a little bit of a false finish there. White flag in the air. Connor Lane coming around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. He will take victory. Looks like Chance Sikowski will win the drag race over Tyson Landis for 2nd. 4th place will go to Chris Roberts. Heat race number 2. Lining up in the chute at the moment. Second quick qualifier, Justin Thomas will start from the pole here in heat race number 2. James Tiernan, the elbows up SimSport driver, to his outside. Billy Rowley, Team SETI machine, inside row number 2 with the Swindell Speed Lab number 52 of James Edens. Michael Klinkelfuss and Tyler Henselman make up row number 3, and rounding out your field is the 1 of Anthony Marvulio and the 74 of Adam Elby. Elby, of course, was winner of the Silver Crown portion of the 4 Crown Nationals. He's got a chance to make it 2 wins here. Of course, there is an overall champion that will be crowned for all 4 series. Thomas got a good start. He's on the high side. Tiernan settling in 2nd. 3rd place right now belongs to Edens, and Rowley in 4th. Adam Elby already up to 5th, charging his way forward. James Edens putting a lot of pressure on Tiernan there for 2nd. And Tiernan, oh! Eden's caught some damage off of that, but not as much as his teammate Elby. We're going to back this up. Tiernan comes off of 4. Runs into Justin Thomas. Adam Elby is the man who got the worst of it. And that car is now parked in his pit stall. See Thomas, Edens, Rowley, and Henselman, your current top 4. James Tiernan still on track. But now with work to do and not a lot of time to do it, we'll see what kind of damage Edens has on the front of his machine here. Thomas gonna have Edens right on his rear bumper as we go back to green working lap 7. Rowley with a good start. He's going to jump to the inside there and try to put a move on Edens. It's not going to work out for him, and now Edens sets his sights on Thomas. Thomas sliding up to the cushions that Edens is already on, and Edens has got to run down into turn number 1. He's going to try to throw it in hard on the bottom. The top, kind of the preferred line at the moment. Edens was able to use it to put a run on Thomas, but not to make a move. James Tiernan is up to 5th. Currently challenging Tyler Henselman for that 4th and final transfer spot. White flag in the air for Justin Thomas. We'll go down the backstretch with a car length advantage over James Edens. Edens on the outside of the track trying to get a run. Not going to happen. Thomas, Edens, Rowley, and 4th place will go to Tyler Henselman. David Heileman will be the man starting on pole here for heat race number 3. He's got Kevin Click, the team SETI number 25 to his outside. Kendall Tucker in the 46 inside row number 2. Kendall's had some good runs and hard luck throughout this 4 Crown Nationals. He's got Elbows Up Sim Sports Jeffrey Stewart to his outside. Tim Berner and Trey Osborne make up row number 3, and Mason Hannigan and Travis Oldfield row number 4. Heileman off of turn 4 gives him green. Problems for Tim Burner, who was all out of shape there in turn 2. He's going to lose some spots. Kendall Tucker has made his way into second, setting his sights on David Heileman and the race lead. Trey Osborne trying to battle up the inside of Jeffrey Stewart. Stewart into the fence, losing a couple of spots. That's going to hurt his chances of making the A main through the heat severely. We do believe that everybody's going to start tonight's A main, so not a huge problem. But you look at it this way, there's 3 heat races. Oh, problems for Trey Osborne, who collected Kevin Click, who collected Jeffrey Stewart. And the caution flag will wave. Looks like Osborne hit the pit wall, which shot him up the track into Click. Jeffrey Stewart able to get that car on all 4 wheels and pointed in the right direction. Trying to see here. Like Trey Osborne is probably the only car off the track at the moment. No, he's still out there. So everybody's there. Osborne claimed the caution. Heileman, Tucker, Hannigan, and Oldfield now your top 4. As we were saying, with 4 cars coming out of 3 heats, that means 12 positions are set. So if you take that 4th and final transfer spot, you start 12th. Whereas if you find yourself in the B main, you will start absolutely behind that position, and then you have a multitude of different options there. You might end up starting 18th. It's a hell of a lot better to start 12th than it is 18th. Mason Hannigan was running 6th before that schmozzle happened there in turn 1, so he has gained quite a few positions here. Heileman going to give him green off of turn number 4. That was Travis Oldfield that hit the fence off of turn number 2 and got all crossed up. He was in the 4th and final transfer position. He is no longer. Kevin Click now has control of that spot, even with his front end damage. Trey Osborne's going to try to catch him. White flag is out. David Heileman looking to bring it home. He's got Kendall Tucker. Handful of car links back. Off of turn number 4, David Heileman will take the checkered flag and win. Kendall Tucker in 2nd, Mason Hannigan 3rd, and Kevin Click will come home in the 4th and final transfer. And now we move on to our 2-minute warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, Wicked Energy Gum is a boost of energy, alertness, and focus in a chew. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to take effect and is a cheaper and healthier alternative to energy drinks and shots that fill you with calories and sugar. Wicked Energy Gum is made in the USA, and the best part of it all is that for every pack you buy, they make a donation to the Cognitive Warriors Foundation, who focuses on improving access to quality health care for active and former U.S. military men and women who suffer from depression and PTSD. Just go to wickedenergygum.com and use code DOBRL for 10% off your order and free shipping on race days. That DOBRL code also works on wickedreliefcbd.com for your daily dose of CBD as well. Adam Elby has turned the fastest lap in this warm-up session. David Heileman, second quick. Chance Sikowski, third. Kendall Tucker now goes P1. A lot of fast race cars. Everybody made the feature here tonight. B-Main was skipped. We'll go straight to our 35 lap A main. '24 410 non-wing sprint cars loading in to the virtual Eldora Speedway right now. Connor Lane and Justin Thomas will start this race from the front row. David Heileman and Chance Sikowski, James Edens, Kendall Tucker, Tyson Landis, Billy Rowley, Mason Hannigan, Chris Roberts, your top 10. Henselman, Click, Feria, Tiernan, Osborne, Broderick, Klinkelfuss, Oldfield, Hanley, Marvulio, Berner, LeBou, and Adam Elby and Jeffrey Stewart will round out your field. Let's watch that 74 of Elby. He will most likely be coming from the rear of this field, making his way forward. "35 laps. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, problems for Connor Lane, the pole sitter. Hooked that cushion. Getting into turn one, he's lost 2 spots already and in danger of losing more. They were 4 wide down the front stretch as Lane went back to the bottom to try and get under Sikowski. Caution flag will wave. Problems for Kevin Hanley. Looks like Marvulio was in the fence. Hanley got into the corner. He found the wall as well. And Hanley unable to recover. First caution has hit, and from third spot, David Heileman now controls this race. Second place belongs to the 52 of James Edens, who I must say has one of the best looking race cars out there. Let's get a closer look here. Look at that purple on that machine. Purple is my favorite color. I am biased and I do not care. Lap 38 becomes our white flag lap. We will get back to green next time by. David Heilemann. Going to give him green working lap 6. Eden's under fire from Justin Thomas. Kendall Tucker working the inside. He's going to slide up in front of Sikowski there for 5th. Rally and Tiernan doing battle behind them. Tiernan is charging his way forward. Caution flag is out. What car is that? Is that Landis? It is. The winged 410 winner. Running into problems here. Making contact with Chris Roberts. Could not get that car rotated into turn 1. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Mr. Roberts crashed his second here tonight. Tyson able to get back going. Not sure if he got caught behind the pace car or not. He passed the pace car either way. Rejoin the rear of the field. How's it going, Dustin? We are getting this race going here. Plagued by cautions here tonight. James Edens is the man in second. As we get back to green. A little bit of a hop there into turn 1 from Heilemann. That's going to give James Edens a look. Here comes the slider into turn 3. James Edens nails it perfectly. Can Heilemann fight back? Heilemann now with the slide job of his own in turn 1. Edens to the bottom side of the race course. They are side by side going into turn 3. You can see Heilemann threw that car in there quite sideways. Somebody is in the fence and upside down behind them. We'll stick with the race leaders just in case they don't go caution. Down the backstretch, James Edens has cleared David Heilemann. Now Heilemann throws the slide job in. Edens gets a little farther sideways than he wanted. But he was able to get around the 49. Man, you can see Heilemann really charge off the bottom. He did it 2 laps in a row off of turn 2. Edens now through the slick and down as the caution flag flies. Looks like Todd LeBeau having problems down there, and he will go a lap down. Looks like that car is broken. LeBeau runs into Mark Broderick, who had an issue with Oldfield. See, Oldfield gets crossed up, collects Broderick, and then they collect Todd LeBeau. It's our 3rd caution of this race. 35 laps the distance. Trey Osborne up 10 spots to 5th. Osborne was very quick in Tuesday night's Silver Crown event. Had a good run going in the winged portion of the event as well. Can't remember if he got a good finish out of it, but he was turning some fast laps, and he was up there battling for that top 5 for sure at one point. Heilemann was the race leader when the caution flag waved, which I think was a lucky break for him because James Edens, I think, had the advantage in that slide job duel. Edens in on the cushion, was being patient before making a move on Heilemann. Heilemann got in the fence. Edens puts the slide job in. Heilemann going to fight back. These two have been trading the lead back and forth. Heilemann sliding up the track. He's going to give Edens rooms, and Edens will power around the outside by a car length and a half into turn 1. Heilemann got all crossed up, and the caution flag waves. Problems for Billy Rowley, it looks like. Rowley into the fence in 3 and 4. Then Kevin Click gives a slight nudge, which sends Rowley over. Rowley tried to get that thing turned around unsuccessfully, had to kick it into reverse and lost a lap. So James Edens, your race leader now. Lap 47 becomes our white flag lap. Back to green, working lap 24. Eden's got a fantastic jump on Heilemann. James Tiernan up to 4th, is working on Connor Lane. Lane got a little crossed up there. That's going to allow Tiernan to jump the inside, but that outside lane's still very, very quick. You see him power back. Tiernan not giving up on that low line, and looks like the caution flag will wave. Here is the reason for the caution. Tim Berner out there. Looks like Landis got crossed up, and then Berner came together with LeBeau. And looks like that will end the night for both of those boys. Let's check in on Landis, who seems to still be out there. Been a rough race here for Tyson after winning 410 wing portion of the 4 Crown. Lap 50 becomes our white flag lap. We are past halfway. James Eden's your race leader. Adam Elby, his teammate, up 15 spots to 8th. Tiernan is up 11 spots now to the top 3. That's 3 of the best in the business right there. Edens, Heilemann, and Tiernan. We'll see what these boys can do. "21 laps left in this race. Tiernan has gone back to his low line there in 3 and 4, but you can see him experimenting on the top, trying to figure out what he should do. Top 3 separated by equal gaps. Kendall Tucker is in 4th with Adam Elby reeling him in. Connor Lane now in 6th. Whoa, that was Tucker upside down. Caution flag will wave. Let's back this up and see what happens. Just never quite got into turn 3 there. That will take Kendall Tucker out of this event, which just about sums up his 4 Crown Nationals, as he's been quick in all 4 races. But the finishes haven't always been there. Trey Osborne up 9 spots, Tiernan up 11. Should be going back to green this time by working lap 37. 53 is our white flag lap. James Eden's going to try something different. He goes to the low line. David Heilemann on the high side. This is a bold move by Edens, testing out the waters down there, as the top side was working just fine for him before the yellow flag flew. Trey Osborne and Connor Lane doing battle. Not sure what happened to Adam Elby, but he was out of that deal as well. So 2 of the Swindell Speed Lab guys getting crossed up there. Still leading this race. But the rest of the contingent having some issues. Connor Lane into the pit wall. That's going to give Chance Sikowski and Kevin Click a look at him. Behind them is Chris Roberts. Edens continues to pace this field. Currently running faster lap times than our race leader. Or than our second place car, I'm sorry. It's looking there, looked like Tiernan starting to get a run on David Heilemann. Everybody on the high side. Eden's the only one poking his nose down there on the bottom. He's been making it work. We'll check his lap time here. He ran a 16.961 last time. We're at a 17.245, so he lost 2/10 to Heilemann on that lap. But he continues to go down there and try to find him. Riding along with our race leader, who now hits the bottom in 3 and 4. That time it was a 16.982 for Edens. Gonna try the slider line in 1 and 2. He's trying every lane out on this racetrack to figure out what's the fastest. You hear him working that throttle. At the moment, Heilemann is turning in laps a little faster than Edens, but look. Saw Heilemann get in the fence there off at turn 2. That cushion is getting very thin and dangerous. Might be why Edens is searching around. Caution flag gonna wave again. Sure what happened to Michael Klinkelfuss. We're watching it here. He's got in the slick. That car wanted to come around on him. Came to a stop there on the inside of the track, and the caution flag waved. Back to live action. This race really winding down. The white flag lap has moved to lap 56. James Edens out front. 9th place, not showing up on our graphic, is Mark Broderick. Broderick, of course, was quick time here tonight, trying to make his way back forward after his heat race problems. We're going to go green with 5 laps left in this race. Edens gives him the gas. Good start for Edens. Tiernan right on the back bumper of Heilemann as well. We got one car upside down, Trey Osborne. Just could not get that thing rotated into turn 1. Landing on his lid and bringing out the caution. White flag lap moves to lap 59. We should restart with 4 laps left. Broderick up to 8th. Tiernan still showing as our hard charger. He's not been able to get a run on Heilemann as of yet. Back to green. Edens into turn 1 is under fire from Heilemann, who pulls the slide job and somehow is holding that before Edens powers around on the bottom. Slider line engaged from James Edens, which allows Heilemann to get back to him. Heilemann going to commit to the bottom side of the racetrack. Edens on the outside. The two of them almost in a dead heat coming out of turn 2. Now Heilemann going to put that slider line in. Edens to the bottom of the racetrack. These guys running as hard as they possibly can with just 2 laps left in this race. The leaders trading the lead back and forth. Heilemann sliding up in front of James Edens, who's going to try to make some sort of maneuver here in turn number 1. He caught the pit wall. Edens caught the pit wall. White flag is out for David Heilemann. Caution will wave, but we're going to finish this race. Heilemann through turn 4 and will take the checkered flag and win the Wingless 410 portion of the Four Crown Nationals. James Edens will finish second. Third place will go to James Tiernan. David Heilemann pulls it into victory lane. Edens and Tiernan on the front stretch. James Edens led a lot of this race. And just there at the end, you saw him battling with Heilemann, made contact with the inside wall there in turn 1, which threw him off enough. See who we can get in the Discord here to talk to him, get interviews with our top 3. I do have James Tiernan in the booth. Here comes David Heilemann. Now we got all 3 of them. Let's talk to our race winner here in the Wingless 410 portion of the Four Crown Nationals, David Heilemann, taking victory here tonight. David, you had a hell of a battle there with James Edens. There in the middle portion of the race, it seemed like he had you covered, but all of a sudden your car came alive on those late restarts. Talk to us about how you were able to make the move there on James and keep it in front of him to the checkered flag.
Yeah, that was just because, a number of restarts. He was switching it up the most he could, but once he started bottom and then went to the top that first time, I was like, well, if he does that again, I guess I should try to slide him. And I think I ended up working out. But yeah, in the middle, it reminded me of chasing around John Batista in here, like I would in the wing cars all the time. Like he'd get 5 car lengths on me on a restart, so I have to take 3 laps, and then I have to run a perfect lap, and I could gain half a car length, and I would just have to do that lap after lap, and then like another caution would usually come out. So I was just praying for a long green flag run, and we were kind of getting that to the end, but I don't know, the yellow at the end ended up benefiting me. So we'll take it. 3rd, 2nd, 1st. We got better all throughout this Four Crown thing. I don't know if we'll have enough points to win it, but yeah, sure raced with James there for about 85% of the time.
That's a good question there. We got the overall points championship. Of course, you guys had to take a break for the USAC World Championship on iRacing. I haven't had a chance to check any of the results on that. Where did you end up in that deal?
Oh, where'd I end up? In victory lane.
Ah, so there you go.
Past that.
Pretty good
wins,
evening for Mr. Heileman here tonight. Couple of victories in that 410 non-wing competition. Would you say that these are your favorite cars to drive?
At least right now they are for sure. But yeah, I mean next week's Eldora. That's why all these guys we rushed over here because just why not get some laps in, prep for Eldora. And we liked what we had tonight, so yeah, we're looking forward to that next week too.
There you have it, your race winner, David Heileman, taking victory here tonight after he took victory in the USAC World Championship and preparing for next week's race as well. Congratulations, David. Good luck going forward.
Thank you, sir.
Second place here tonight was the Swindell Speed Lab number 52 of James Edens. James, you got to feel a little bit sour on this one. Led most of this race. Started searching for some grip there late, but you still had control of it. And there in that final battle, looked like you caught a little bit of wall there on the inside of turn 1, which did not allow you to make another charge on the race leader. Talk to us about losing that one and ended up in second.
Yeah, man. It just with all those cautions late race, I thought I had enough of a gap. If it would have stayed green, I think I would have just rode out the last couple laps there. But David's full send all the time, so I knew if we kept getting restarts, one of those times he was gonna send one at me, and it just seemed like the top went away real bad there at the end, and I think the slider line was probably faster there, and he just got to it first, and yeah, and then like you said, clipped that wall there, going into one, and that completely sealed the deal.
Did you learn anything here tonight that you're going to take forward into next week? Maybe some adjustments, some things to look for when it comes time to do battle with the rest of the USAC pros?
For sure. I mean, just, I finally finished a race at Eldora, running 35 laps around the wall. Normally doesn't happen. So, that was nice. Just, it probably only needed to be a 30-lap feature tonight.
Well, you can hear a little bit of disappointment in his voice. He wanted to take a second victory here in the Fork round, but it's going to have to be second place tonight for Mr. James Edens. Congratulations, my friend, and good luck going forward.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, let's talk to Mr. Jimbo, James Tiernan, who ended up third here tonight in the Hergot Real Estate Machine. Mr. Tiernan, you charged your way forward. I think it was 11 spots you made up, working the bottom early on when everybody else was on the top. Talk about your race and how you were able to get up to this podium finish.
Well, Chief, it was exactly that. I switched to the low line pretty early on. It went away pretty quick, except for the very, very end. But, picked up a lot of spots doing that. And then as soon as I caught up to, the David and James Eden show, kind of really couldn't make up any ground on them. They weren't exactly losing me, but I wasn't exactly gaining anything on them. But, great race. I mean, I'll take, 14th to 3rd. I'm happy with that.
Not a bad run here tonight. You ended up, I think, 11th in the Pro League tonight, which you probably want to do a little bit better than that, but that's still your best finish so far. So talk to us about what you got to do to continue to make this Wingless 410 car a little bit better and get to where you want to be.
That is a great question. If I knew the answer to that, I'd be doing it, to be honest with you. It's just the cars are so much different to set up than what they were, just a little bit ago. They changed the rear end geometry on these, and just finding that kind of balance there is it's challenging for me right now. So definitely huge improvement, as you've seen with the first race pro deal. I got like 17th or something. This deal, or the race after that, Kokomo, didn't even make the feature. Was kind of a heartbreak for me. That was rough. And then this one to finish 11th is pretty good. So hopefully I can keep that momentum up and just keep improving. This race did pretty good. I can't complain. David Heileman, James Edens are some of the best in the pro deal as well. So to even, be within a shot is pretty good.
Third place here tonight for James Tiernan. Pretty good run up to that podium. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, AJ, and huge shout out to Billy Rowley. He's been working hard on the setup side thing for the non-wing cars. It's been working out, as we've seen. like to thank Ergot Real Estate for helping me out. For anybody looking at real estate in the Indianapolis area, just looking for someone to get advice from, Ryan Ergot's the guy to go to. I'd like to thank Elbows Up Sim Sport in general. Got the best teammates on the sim, at least especially on dirt. And then I'd like to thank Elbows Up TV, Over the Wall Photography, and BS Air.
There you have it. That's your top 3 from the Wingless 410 portion of the Four Crown Nationals. Not sure who our overall champion is. Normally Chris Roberts jumps in here and lets me know, so we might have to keep an eye on the Dirty Old Bastards Facebook page to figure out who is crowned the Dirty Old Bastards 410 or Four Crown Nationals champion. We will be back tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for our regularly scheduled 410 Winged and 305 series tomorrow night, so I can let you know who was the champion from this special event tomorrow night. So we'll hope to see you here once more, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, for some more Dirty Old Bastards racing action. Thank you for hanging out with us, and we will see you later.